There's a spell on you right now, not a metaphor, a real engineered enchantment. It's the kind you don't notice, because it works best when you think you're free. They've been casting it for decades, in classrooms, in newsrooms, in the glowing glass rectangles you stare at for hours. The goal? Not just to keep you distracted, but to make you easier to control. You can see the results everywhere. A guy live streaming himself eating laundry pods for engagement. Politicians arguing over whether hurricanes can be shot with guns. Influencers filming their own dental surgery for likes. This isn't random. It's ritual. And it's working. But here's the difference. You are not like them. You see the patterns? You noticed the seams in the story? That makes you dangerous to the ones who want you obedient. Most people will defend their own programming before they ever question it. They'll mock you for thinking, for reading, for noticing the gaps in the illusion. And that's exactly how the spell protects itself. By the end of this, you'll see exactly how they cast it, why it works so well, and how to break it without burning yourself in the process. This spell didn't appear overnight. It was built, brick by brick, like a temple for the mind, but one where every door leads back to the same room. After World War II, something shifted. The world's most powerful nation didn't want philosophers. It wanted compliant workers, smiling consumers, obedient citizens who wouldn't ask the wrong questions at the wrong time. So schools became factories. Curiosity got downgraded to a hobby. The purpose wasn't to think. It was to follow instructions well enough to punch a clock, buy a Buick, and keep quiet. Mass media became the new priesthood, its sermons delivered in a flicker of black and white light. Complex problems were crushed into easy slogans. Nuance was replaced with a smiling face telling you what to believe, and why you were a good person for believing it. And when comfort became the altar, thinking became a sin. Why wrestle with uncertainty when you could sink into a couch, eat something in a TV-shaped tray, and let someone else's voice tell you how the world works? That's the first stage of the spell. Make thinking feel like work. Make comfort feel like truth. And once that's in place, that's when the real machinery switches on. Once the foundations were in place, the machinery didn't just hum, it roared. Here's what they did. Step 1. Replace accuracy with volume. In the new order, the loudest voice wins. The person who shouts the most ridiculous thing with the most confidence will drown out the one person in the room who actually knows what they're talking about. Step 2. Turn attention into a leash. The spell doesn't just want your agreement, it wants your focus. Outrage becomes a binding ritual. They feed you a headline. You react, you share, you argue. And while you're busy doing that, you're not noticing what's really being moved behind the curtain. Step 3. Dress confirmation bias up as independence. Do your own research now means scroll for 2 hours until you find a stranger who already agrees with you. then declare victory over experts who've spent their lives studying the thing. And then comes the profit engine. Corporations love stupidity because stupidity doesn't compare prices, read the fine print, or ask what's in the bottle. It buys the candle because a celebrity said it smells like her aura. It clicks accept all without reading the contract that just sold its data for pennies. In occult terms, the spell works the same way a sigil does. You focus on it, you believe in it, and then, crucially, you stop questioning it. Once doubt is gone, obedience is automatic. But their most dangerous trick isn't just making you believe the wrong thing. It's making you believe that thinking itself is the real enemy. Here's the real elegance of the spell. It doesn't just distract you. It makes you distrust the people who aren't under it. If you read too much, you're elitist. If you speak with precision, you're pretentious. If you ask a question that doesn't fit on a bumper sticker, you're negative vibes. Both political tribes play the game. One side will tell you that expertise is part of some shadow conspiracy. The other will sneer that anyone questioning the narrative is a dangerous crank. And so the thinking mind becomes the scapegoat. Not just hunted, but ritually shamed. They'll throw you into the circle, point and chant until you burn, not with fire, but with ridicule, isolation, and the death of your reputation. The most exquisite part? In this spell, the heretics burn themselves. They get exhausted. They stop speaking. They start pretending not to see. And once the last thinkers are silent, the rest is easy. If you've ever watched Idiocracy, you probably laughed. The wrestling matches, the energy drink farms, the president with a gold chain and a machine gun. It was absurd. It was satire. Now look around. We've got influencers live streaming their own cosmetic surgeries. Billion-dollar companies selling emotional support water bottles in 4 seasonal colors. Politicians holding hearings to argue about whether birds are real. It's funny. Until you realize you're not in the audience anymore. You're in the cast. And here's the part most people miss. This isn't the collapse of the system. This is the system working perfectly. Every absurd distraction, every viral stunt, every manufactured outrage is exactly what keeps the spell alive. The chant doesn't break. It gets louder. And just when you think it's about to burn itself out, that's when it starts pulling you in. The real goal isn't to make you stupid. It's to make you harmless. A harmless mind doesn't question. It doesn't resist. It doesn't connect the dots between power, money, and control. When you're exhausted from the noise, you'll accept almost anything that feels simple. You'll trade your curiosity for comfort, your discernment for belonging, and that's the moment they want. When you start repeating the chant, not because you believe it, but because it's easier than thinking. The more absurd the chant, the better. Because the less sense it makes, the more it proves your loyalty. Reason becomes the enemy. Obedience becomes the badge. This isn't a side effect. This is the spell doing exactly what it was designed to do. If the spell is real, and it is, then breaking it isn't just about thinking positive or being informed. You can't outscroll it. You can't outshout it. You have to out-train it. Think of this as psychic self-defense, an initiation into cognitive sovereignty. Step 1. Information fasting. Starve the ritual. Cut off the outrage drip feed. Give your nervous system a day without headlines or hot takes. Watch how much louder your own thoughts get when the noise fades. Step 2. Pattern recognition drills. When you do engage, don't look at the surface. Look for what repeats. The same symbols, the same villains, the same slogans with a fresh coat of paint. Once you see the loop, the spell starts to crack. Step 3. Narrative reframing. Every time you hear a fact, ask, who benefits if I believe this? If you can't find an answer, you're not looking hard enough. Step 4. Embodied curiosity. Do something difficult with your hands in the real world. Build something. Learn a skill. Curiosity is a muscle, and this culture wants it to atrophy. Step 5. Circle of minds. Find the others who are still awake. Not to agree on everything, but to sharpen each other. Like flint against steel. In a world of soft edges, you need that spark. And if you want to start right now, here's one symbolic act. Tonight, before you touch your phone, write down one question you've never asked out loud. Keep it where you'll see it every morning. That question is your candle in the dark. Because once you start carrying your own light, it's harder for the spell to blind you. If you've made it this far, you're already different. Most people clicked away minutes ago. The spell pulled them back into the noise. You stayed. That's not an accident. You are the hidden order. The last ones who remember how to think, while the rest chant the slogans they were given. You've been here before. At the edge of the crowd, watching the ritual, refusing to join the dance. This isn't about being smarter. It's about refusing to hand your mind over to someone else's story. It's about keeping that one small flame alive until it's needed. And it will be needed. So leave your mark. Drop a single word in the comments. Awake. It's a signal to the others still wandering in the dark. They'll see it. They'll know they're not alone. The spell is old, but so are we. And our kind has broken it before. We will again. Until next time. If this video shifted something in your mind, you're ready for the next level. Download my free ritual guide in the description. No catch, just pure psychological alchemy you can use tonight. If you want to go deeper, hit the initiation playlist. It's your step-by-step journey into breaking unconscious patterns and mastering your own mind. Both links are waiting below. Your transformation starts now.